Hola, ¿qué pasa, campeones? My name is Diego, and this is D-Spot reporting for SB Nation's award-winning Barça platform. Barça Blaugranes on Facebook Live today. I'm back, guys, here to talk about Celta, Barça, and as well give you guys a preview to the Copa del Rey final between Sevilla and Football Club Barcelona. Guys, get your questions ready. Put them in the comment section below. I see Gaudaf already taking charge, taking the lead and doing so. Put them in, blow up the chat, blow up the emojis with the thumbs up, with whatever emoji you want. Feels like it's a little bit of a somber mood still in the Barça camp. So let me know your thoughts. Let's get started. There's a lot to discuss and very little time to do so. So let's get kicking. D-Spot here for Barça Blaugranes. Alright guys, like I said, D-Spot here for Barça Blaugranes. In case you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe to the best Barça Twitter account at Barça Blaugranes, where a lot of our editors write great content related to Barça every single day. There's not one day that we go without publishing any content out there. And while you're at it, subscribe to my little small Twitter account at This Is D-Spot. That goes for Facebook and Instagram as well. But of course, you guys will know my YouTube channel primarily, youtube.com/c/D-Spot, where I publish a whole lot more Barça content, video content. So subscribe to that. And when you do, make sure you click that oh so important notifications button, because otherwise, you don't know when I'm going to pop up live, which is, for all of you D-Spot loyals, rather spontaneous. You guys know that by now. So click that important notifications button, this one, so then you know when I'm going to go live on my YouTube channel, that is. But that is not the case today. I'm here for Barça Blaugranes on Facebook Live. So let's get right started. Let me take a couple of your comments real quick. I see you guys are eager to have a chat, and that is what I'm here for. Sad, what's going on, my friend? Saying it's just graduation party today. Party it up, my friend. And send me the pictures. Want to see what is good. What a graduation party over in Lebanon is like. Lebanon, right? You're living in Lebanon, if I remember correctly. Gaudaf saying, first of all, what the fuck? Valverde now with the rotation seems useless. Sad face, smiley face. What's up, Yoran? John Anthony saying, what do you think of Yerry Mina's performance yesterday? I think it was very good. 40 games undefeated. Yoran, you and me, we think alike, my friend. Barto doesn't sell Gomez. If Barto doesn't sell Gomez, I'll make him an offer he can't refuse, says Sada Sad. Do you think Pep is a possibility? No. Gaudaf saying he misses Pep. I miss him too, but that's a thing of the past. Okay, listen, guys. A lot to discuss, and I want to take this in pieces, okay? Because I'm a little bit perplexed as to how to approach the current situation. Let's start with Celta Barça. We can even talk about Valencia Barça, because I haven't been talking to you guys since then. So obviously Valencia Barça, good result, winning on the night 2-1. I think deservedly so. In the end, deservedly so. Valencia could have very easily, made it 2-2, made it 3-3 if you want. If it wasn't for Ter Stegen, if it wasn't for Valencia's inefficiency on goal, something that has been plaguing that team, in my opinion, all season long. They have a great striking force. I don't need to tell you guys that we've been seeing it all season. I think that there will be, they're deservedly third. They might even, who knows, pull up an upset if you want to call it that, and reach second place. I think that they will hold on to third at least, and Madrid will, have to obviously. They don't care, but they'll be fourth. Not that they care. They obviously have their eyes set on the Champions League final. And finishing third or fourth nowadays doesn't really matter, unfortunately, because La Liga is set up, or the Champions League is set up in a way where the top four qualify regardless. Okay, regardless. So, but that's Valencia for you. Barca, on the other hand, we're expecting more. Okay, we're expecting more. I understand. So I'm just trying to place my fucking mic in a way that's been annoying me. Okay, we're expecting more from this team now. Look, let's forget about Valencia. Let me go right to Celta Barça, because I have a bone to pick with a lot of the Barça critics, as I usually do. A lot of Barça critics are, in my opinion, overly critical of this team. And even more so on a night where, obviously, Valverde has his eyes set on the big prize. In our case, the big prize being the Copa del Rey. This weekend is happening on Saturday, guys. Jesus Christ. We're playing a final against a Sevilla side that is lopsided, that is unpredictable, that it can be either incredibly dangerous and knock out a, solid, always dangerous, especially when it comes to budget and resources, way more powerful Manchester United side at Old Trafford manages to knock them out of the Champions League. Plantar cara, put up a very brave face against Bayern Munich, and then go ahead and lose in thumping fashion against mid-range table La Liga teams. Over the weekend it was Villarreal, was it? I think it ended 2-2. There was a must-win for them. My point being, Sevilla, you don't know what you're gonna get. Trust me that in this final, and they're gonna come out like this, with the knife between the teeth, okay? Like I like to say, con garra, con ánimo, with passion, with fangs showing, okay? They're not gonna take this game lightly, the same way Barca might be, I don't know right now. We're gonna get to Barca in a second, but Barca's been playing this Copa del Rey for, what is it now, 3-4 consecutive times in the 10 years. I don't know how many Copas we've won. We've won a shitload. Going back to what I was saying before, Valverde has his eyes set on this Copa del Rey final. He obviously is going to come out with the B team. Now, I say B team because we saw players that we don't usually see play, right? We saw obviously Alcácer start, Denis Suarez. We saw, ¿qué más, coño? Gomez. We saw, Paulinho's a pretty fixed starter. Who else was there? Joder. Help me out if you want, or let me just have a quick look real quick at the team sheet so I don't need to waste too much time brainstorming. Joder. Okay, the substitute in Ousmane Dembélé, he is a sub. Digne, Vermaelen, Yerry Mina, etc. Okay, thank you. I forgot that entire backline, but they're there now. So, yes, all we can say B team guys. However, as I'm naming these guys, something just occurred to me. I'm saying Alcácer, I mentioned Dembélé, but when we look at our B team, can I just mention that, Dembélé, Digne will certainly be in the starters of the French team in the World Cup. Agree, disagree, let me know. Vermaelen will certainly be in the starting lineup of the Belgium team in the World Cup. Yerry Mina will certainly be in the Colombian team starting lineup. Nelson Semedo and Andre Gomez will certainly be in the starting lineup of Portugal. And Coutinho and Paulinho will most certainly be in the starting lineup of Brazil in the World Cup. My point being is that we complain a lot about this B team, but these B team guys are all starters with their national teams, okay? How did they perform? They performed mediocre. Some played better than others. I thought Denis Suarez had a standout game. Bless you, Denis Suarez. I always have a soft spot for my man. I'm happy he came out of the match in the post-match press conference saying that he wants to, quiere triunfar, he wants to triumph, he wants to succeed at Fútbol Club Barcelona, so kudos to him, and I'm happy. I saw a lot of people criticize Paulinho. I don't know why. For me, he was a standout on the pitch. I saw a lot of mixed feelings as well, mixed comments there, aimed at Coutinho. For me, Coutinho, he's on and off. He was on and off. I think in moments in the first half there, he has a moment where he's absolutely spectacular, takes on in the entire Celta team, puts in a beautiful cross to Paulinho, who unfortunately didn't connect well on the cross, headed the ball, and it wasn't a goal. It could have perfectly well been a goal had he headed, had Paulinho connected, which is something that we're used to seeing. Paulinho getting on the score sheet. Actually, did he on the night or did Alcácer get on the score sheet? Let me know in the comment section. I don't know. But Paulinho getting on the score sheet, third top scorer of this team, hitting the post as well. Barça setting a new record for posts. I mean, that's something that I mentioned it on Facebook. I said, at least that shows purpose. That has to be a good record, a record that that I like to have. I mean, it shows, it shows llegada. It shows that we are arriving. We're getting to the opposite end of the goal. And that for me is a positive sign. And I think it should be for any culé. And last thing I'll say about this as well is that, what's the other point I wanted to make before I forget it? Bueno, ya se me ha olvidado. Es igual. It'll come back to me later. But for me, that shows purpose. It shows that Barça is an attacking force. And I think that we're being overly critical. Now, take into account that these guys never play, they don't play together. Yes, sorry, the point that I wanted to make, the other point I wanted to make. So you have the record of the posts, and the other record, or I should say, it is a record. It's been something it was something like 16 years ago, the last time that Barça fielded a squad, right? Brought on a squad to the field that did not include one single Masia player. 16 years, okay. That's not good news if you're a, say, romantic Barça fan, which I consider myself. I consider myself a romantic kind of Barça fan that likes the Cruyff philosophy, loves and believes in the Cruyff philosophy. In that sense, is a Laportista, is a Pep believer, and wishes that the future would continue forward in the footsteps that those legends set in sand or set in stone. That is not the reality today. Okay. Last week I had an interview with the legend that is Graham Hunter, and Simon Hanley. By the way, both check it out on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/c/T-Spot. Subscribe. Check out that interview. It was great. Thank you guys for taking the time as well, to talk to me. But, why am I mentioning that? Because Graham Hunter also says, the reality today of this Barça board of directors is that they buy players. Okay, they believe less in La Masia. They buy players, so don't expect a product that follows the footsteps of the legends I just mentioned earlier. What they want is finished products. The likes of Coutinho, the likes of, I'm gonna say Dembele there. Dembele, obviously, the price tag, you would expect a finished product, but what we've been seeing so far, and given his age and given his continuity in the team, which is very little, we can't really put him in that category. But nonetheless, not certain, obviously not a Masia player. So don't expect that neither. Now, the other reason why I bring that up is because look at where Barça B is. I conclude myself. In fact, this is my platform, so I'm the number one, the person being most vocal and critical about this board of directors for not bringing up Masia players, but or also and calling out the fuga, the escape, the exit of Masia players. But look where Barça B is at the moment. We might get relegated down to the next division because things are not going well at Barça B. We talk about Arnaiz, we talk about Aleña, we talk about Vitinho, we talk about all these players from the Barça B squad. Busquets. But where are they? What are they doing? They're not having a good game. Week after week after the week. Their season has been lousy, okay? So, of course, you can sit there and argue, say, well, a player with a different tactical setup will shine, will play better, depending on the players that are surrounding him. Yes, I'm not doubting the talent of Arnaiz, Aleña, etc. And I do believe that they have enough quality to be playing with amongst the A team. But at the moment, I mean, you're Valverde and you look at what you have on your bench, who are all starters in their national team, and you're still fighting for an unbeaten record, and you're still have in mind the final of the Copa del Rey. Of course you're going to field your B team that is not necessarily at this moment in time has any Masia players included. Something I hope and I believe that will change in the future. But yesterday I think was an exception, and I think we need to take that in measure. I mean, we have to take that into perspective when evaluating, especially Valverde, because everybody's asking for Valverde's head. I shouldn't say everybody, but I see a lot of people, demanding he gets sacked and saying that he's not a manager capable to push this team forward to more glory. More glory that could potentially be un doblete in the Copa del Rey and La Liga, which is in the bag. Chicos, mira, no sé. That's the state of the affair today. That's what culés are demanding. And I have to say that as I sit here and I defend Valverde and I try to put things into perspective, and I really do, because, it's very easy to become overly emotional when you're so attached to a club like Barca, like we are, and to look at a game and speak emotionally, right? To speak en caliente, se dice en español. To speak, when things are heated, when you haven't really taken some time to reflect and look at this from maybe a grand scheme, or even put yourselves in Valverde's shoes, which is something I try to do more and more. I'm not saying that that my word here is gold and set in stone, and that whatever I say is the Bible. Obviously I'm far from that. But I do try to just, I guess, take a step back and look at it from a broader perspective. So that's really it, guys. That's kind of what I had to say. I sit here and the Champions League still hurts me, man. It really does. Every time I think about it, it's hard for me to get over that Champions League loss. I spoke to Graham Hunter, I spoke to Simon Hanley, I spoke to a lot of you guys, spoke to, Madridistas like Kian Sobani and others, also Madridistas, who put a friendly arm over my shoulder. And I love you guys, all of you guys, for that. So thank you. But I still sit here and it, joder, tío, like I get sad. I get sad when I think about the way we got knocked out. And I think maybe a lot of the culés feel similarly. And that's why, this wave keeps, this reoccurring wave keeps hitting the shores when it comes to now pointing the guilty finger towards Valverde. But maybe not. So let me get to your questions. And maybe I'm totally off. Maybe you guys are, I don't know. I would love to see some of you guys' perspectives. And here we go. Sadis is saying, I live in Kuwait, but I'm Lebanese. Right. That's the one. Okay. Thank you, Sad. Also, guys, just keep your answers and comments short and brief so I can read them out snappily. Snappily. That's a word. Yoran saying Bayern could beat Madrid, and then we play them in the Clásico. Fingers crossed. Yoran saying, yes, overly critical indeed. 40 games undefeated is no small feat. Correcto. Denis Suarez saying the standout player. Gaurav saying need a new B striker. Alcácer yesterday had a pretty quiet match. Can I also say, before I forget, that obviously, Barca played with 10 men for I don't know how long, deserved a red card. And Iago Aspas, as great as a striker he is, and I hope that he goes to the World Cup for Spain, he was playing handball. Nobody saw it. I'm not blaming the ref here, but that 2-1 came in from a handball. Now, I'm not saying that they didn't have other chances that, thanks to Ter Stegen, didn't get materialized, but still, they managed to squeeze out a draw playing handball. Okay. Hello, what's up, everybody? Sambu is saying quality without results is pointless. Results without quality is boring. You're quoting somebody there. I would love to see it. I like the quote. Tell me who that is. Mohammed is saying, Diego, I want to tell you something. Okay, Mohammed, let's see. It's a little bit longer than I would like, but here we go. Since Valverde arrived, I don't enjoy watching Barca. I think we can all agree to a certain extent. That doesn't mean I don't love Barca anymore. I know, neither do I, but we're not a glory hunter. But we are not a glory hunter. We are Mesqueon Club. Barca, we are Mesqueon Club. We played beautiful, attractive football, but since last year, I don't like to watch Barca matches anymore. Let me know your thoughts and comments. Do I enjoy it like the days of Xavi, Iniesta, Messi, Busquets, Puyol, Valdés were connecting, etc.? No. That said, we don't have the same players. We don't have the same manager. Let's hope for a future that is more in line with the philosophy that I just mentioned. I think I mentioned or answered your question earlier. I preferred what I watched back in the day. With Pep. That said, I can accept the transition phase that we're in right now. And again, I remind you, this season was going to be absolute sheer and utter garbage in August. We were all pessimistic then, seeing everything gloom and dark and gray and fucking shit. Excuse my language, but it's the truth. Yet here we are in a position today to win a doblete, which, look at the history, is not often done. So we got to give credit where credit is due and see this as a transition phase, in my opinion. Saad is saying the board buys players, at least buy the players we need in the team. Okay. I see your point. Master Ramirez saying Laporte coming back is the only thing which could fix Barca. Laporta coming back. I still have an interview pending with Laporta that hopefully will materialize as well sometime soon. Joan Laporta, Mohamed is saying Valverde is fucking with our team the way we play. Just imagine Dembele playing under Pep, how it would look like. Look, that is absolutely true. That is absolutely true. And that's why I'm saying I feel so perplexed, because there's a lot of truths in the criticism, yet I want to look at this from an optimistic and grand scheme perspective, right? From an optimistic point of view. But that is certainly true. Dembele playing in a 4-4-2 is a waste. Is an absolute waste. He has to be up there with the front three, because he doesn't have understanding of the capabilities right now to, play in that Valverde 4-4-2 system. It's useless. I mean, I would even go so far to say if Valverde is going to continue with the 4-4-2, which I do not think he will. I really don't think so. Then we might as well just sell him. We might as well sell him, because el tío no sabe. Dembele is not a player that is used to playing in that sort of system. He's not the player that fits that type of tactical system. He doesn't have the skill set to play in that system, or the mindset for that matter. At least not right now, and I don't want to see it. I don't want to, I think it's a misuse, a gross misuse of a player with the talents of Dembele to put him in a 4-4-2. So, yeah, man, I agree with you, Mohamed, there. Yoran saying people who want Valverde out don't know football and Barca. That's the flip side of the coin, right? That I'm arguing as well. Exactly. I don't think we should be asking for his head. That's absolutely ludicrous. It's absolutely ludicrous. Gauda saying, with time, Messi may join Man City for European glory. Look, I said it, and I said I was very heated when I said it. I was speaking with Kian off air after the Champions League loss and after seeing Real Madrid go through. I said I hope I hope Leo Messi goes to Real Madrid so he wins a couple more Champions League trophies and Balones de Oro, so that history can put him in a place where he deserves. I say that with a very serious face, because Messi absolutely deserves to win more Champions Leagues, and I don't put any of the blame of crashing out of the Champions League on Messi. Now, you guys, or a lot of people will be saying, yeah, but he was crap against Roma. A lot of people were crap against Roma. Not Messi on his own Okay, we can argue that Messi many times, on several occasions, multiple occasions this season, dragged out the wins for us. From the midfield, ending up in the goal, scoring goals, doing everything multiple times this season. And the one match where he and the entire team was nullified by a fantastic Roma side, I cannot put the blame solely on Messi. And of course, when I talk about Messi going to Real Madrid, I say that in heated, in caliente, like I said before, and it's something that will never happen. I don't hope happens, but what I do hope happens is that Messi at least is able to win, and given the players, the additional starting cast, surrounding players, to win him more Champions Leagues. He deserves it. We deserve it. Barça needs it. Y eso es todo. Valverde deserves to be sacked, not for Roma and result. Oh, come on, man. Yo, Sad, I cannot read your comment, bro. I cannot. Because it's you, I will. But Valverde deserves to be sacked, not because of Roma result alone, but if you look at the entire season, we've been scraping results, poor football, playing poor football. What happened versus Roma could have happened versus Chelsea or Bilbao. At the new San Mamés, we've been in the bubble the entire season. You know, you cannot put 40 undefeated matches. You cannot put that down on luck. You cannot. Okay, you cannot. We cannot just say he's been lucky for having gone the entire season undefeated. You cannot. You cannot say he has been unlucky for having gone 48 matches with one loss against Espanyol. Excuse me, well, that would have been 49 matches at that point, with only losing to Espanyol and Roma. Okay? So no, man. No, señor. Mohammed is saying that was and also just keep in mind, and I talk about, I know I kind of regurgitate this and I vomit out the same stuff, but keep in mind the absolute, shambles that Valverde had to deal with at the beginning of the season, when the board didn't know what the hell they were doing, when Neymar fucked off the PSG, when the signings like Coutinho were not coming in, Dembélé came in late and at an incredibly ridiculous price tag, then injured himself. Joder. I would have liked any manager to see and how they would have dealt with that. Bueno, guys, how long has this been? 27 minutes. I gotta call it quits pretty soon. And the thing is, I wanted to show you a couple more. Well, let me go to this real quick as well and share with you just a couple of things. And I'm kind of I feel bad, but I have to do it. I have to go against what some of our editors on the Barça Blaugranas platform are saying. Renato here, the Barça Blaugranes legend and one of the old school cats here, very critical. Celta Barça, final score 2-2, 10-man Barça escape with a lucky draw. The subtitle saying, "We're so bad right now." Now, it's that kind of stuff that just irks me the wrong way. It just irks me, I should say. It rubs me the wrong way. Because, again, you're fielding a team that has no Barça titulares, despite all of them being starting 11s at their, respected national teams, and you're looking ahead of the of the Copa del Rey final. So, and I'm saying here Renato, but there's other, there were other things posted by the Barça Blaugranas editors that I just I think it was here. Yeah, this is me saying, was it really that bad? Because here, Joe Clark agreeing, saying we're so bad right now. Look, man, I'm stuttering because I don't think you can say that based on last night's performance. That's me. We all have our own opinions, thank God. And we all have this fantastic platform that's called Barça Blaugranes that we can share opinions on. So that's great, okay? And I hope that we continue to do so. Guys, that's it. Half hour always goes by flying. I'm sorry I couldn't take all your comments. I tried to do my best and take most of them. If you agree or disagree, continue to blow up the chat and let me know in the comment section below just why you agree or disagree. And, keep supporting Barça, Vizcal Barça all day, every day. Vamos a ser campeones este fin de semana. We'll come out as champions against Sevilla, I'm certain. But it's going to be a lively match. Holy crap. Not only for sporting reasons, if you catch my drift. Y eso es todo. Guys, subscribe. Barça Blaugranes is the at Blaugranes Barça, I should say, is the Twitter account that you want to follow. And if you want to follow me personally, then hit me up on @thisisdspot, or better yet, my YouTube channel. This is the spot, or excuse me, youtube.com/c/dspot, where I publish a whole lot more Barça video content, like that awesome interview I did last week with Graham Hunter and Simon Hanley. Check it out. It's gold. Guys, subscribe, share, notifications, so you know when I'm going to go live. You know the drill. Vizcal Barça. Speak to you guys next week on Barça Blaugranes on Facebook, and this weekend on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/c/dspot. Peace out.
Blowing up the spot.